welcome back to a new video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to create an autumny marbled accent nail using some Bling inks from BLINGline. So I have got brown, orange, red and black. These are all 12mm bottles. These are available from the Little Nail Shop. I'm going to leave the link to the Little Nail Shop in the description box below. It'll always be in the description box below now, so that's where you'll find it. On my, I like to shake them a little bit before I use them as well, just to, you know, just to get them going. Like, ooh, I'm going to use you now. Okay, weirdo. Yeah, I know. Right, moving on. I'm using I've just got this old misty brush that I use as a sort of clean up brush and a sort of everything brush really. So on the swatch pop I have got 2 coats of Isla. That is BLINGline's white gel polish, and then I went over with their matte top coat and I wiped off the tacky layer, and that's where I was at. The inks now, I'm going to start with the brown because I wanted to put the brown on first, just because you could put any other colours on first. What I then do is, once I put the brown on my old everything brush, I dip that into some acetone. I wipe some of the acetone out. I don't want it to flood, but I want there to be enough to sort of start moving the ink around. The bulk of that colour, hope this is making sense, I still want to be through the center of the marble, so I'm only really manipulating the color on the outside of the marble. Am I making sense? So can you see where I'm putting the acetone on, it's starting to dilute that ink. And what I will do is I will wipe the brush onto the paper towel before I put it back into the acetone. Otherwise you're going to end up with your acetone the same colour as the ink that's in your brush. So I still want the darkest part of the brown to be through the centre of that marble. And then when I have finished faffing around with the black, even though it's brown, I'm going to go in with a little bit of orange. I'm just doing little bits here and there. I'm not going to oversaturate it with orange. So the good thing is with inks is you can go in and out with the ink and the acetone as much as you want, and it's not going to cure. It does dry, but when you go back in with the acetone, you can start to, you can just start to move it again. It does air dry in sort of seconds really, so but it's not like a cured gel polish. You can still play with it. So I'm now just using that acetone, and again I'm wiping my brush on that kitchen towel before I put it back in my acetone, otherwise the acetone is gonna, it probably will change colour a little bit because you're not going to get all the ink out of your brush just by wiping it like that. You'll probably have to give it a bit of a dunk. So yeah, make sure, yeah. Then I'm going to go in with the red. I don't want to put too much red on, but I do want some red. Now this, you can imagine, no, start again. Right, now if you imagine this kind of nail as an accent nail on a set of nails, so you could have this and then the rest of the nails could just be like an autumny brown or a nice red or even orange, or you could have like an orange, a red and a brown nail, even though you'll probably have 5 nails on your hands, because most people do, so you'd have to think of a 4th colour and then have this as your accent nail. But yeah, it just makes a nice easy autumny design. I'm going in with some black now. I did put a little bit too much on, but I wanted to darken up the marble through the centre. But here we go, look, you can just use your, if you're not used to marbling inks or these inks, I don't know if they're actual marbling inks, but you mostly do marbles with these inks. I mean, you can do other stuff as well. You can make flowers and all sorts, but I just love a marble. I love a gel polish marble, I love an ink marble, I love an acrylic marble that I'm not using acrylic anymore, but I just love marbles. So yeah, do you get the impression I like a marble? So that, yeah, so I'm literally just gonna faff around with this. I say faff, I'm gonna just sort of manipulate the ink around until I am pretty much happy with it. See, isn't that just, I just think that's really nice. Right, do up your bottles as well. Before you do anything else, do up your bottles, because if you're anything like me, you're going to knock them over. Okay, so this is how I'm going to leave it. Now that part might have been a little bit long-winded, but I wanted you to see how you can just play with it until you're happy with it. Once you are happy with it, I'm going to be using the matte top finish from BLINGline. Again, all this stuff that I'm playing with here is from the little nail shop. So you can find their website on the screen, and the link will be in the description box. Now, when I do inks, the one reason I also like to work on a matte top coat is because like I put the inks on top of a matte top coat. I find that because the matte top coat is more porous, the ink sort of settles into the matte top coat. Like you can do this on a shiny top coat, and lots of people do. I just find when I come to top coat it, it tends to smear and smudge a little bit. So I do try and float the top coat over the finished ink design, but I just like, look, there's no smearing or smudging. This is just the design I had. But that's just me, personal preference, each to their own. You do what works best for you. I'm going to cure that in the lamp. Then I decided to use some copper pop. So this is a really gorgeous, a really gorgeous coppery coloured glitter from Nail Sugar. Now that's come out the lamp, I'm going to wipe off the tacky layer. And I kind of like this. This is like my new top coating time almost. Like, look, now, look, it's like a reveal. It's like, ooh, now it's gone super matte. I absolutely love that. Right, so we're going to use the Copper Pop glitter. This is from Nail Sugar. You can use my discount code NatMug10 to get a little discount off your order. I'm going to take my NatMug Nail Sugar detailer brush, and I'm just putting a little bit of the top tack-free finish top coat from BLINGline. I can't think of the, brain's gone. But what I'm doing is I'm just running a little bit of this through that marble. And then what we're going to do is, we're not going to cure that. Before we cure it, we are going to sugar some of the Copper Pop glitter onto that top coat. I know this is a bit slow. Now, a lot of the time I usually speed all this up, but I wanted you to actually see what I was doing. So you kind of try and follow the marble a little bit. Don't just put like a straight line on, otherwise it just wouldn't look right. So glitter tray, always helpful. Pop the nail over the glitter tray and then sprinkle the glitter onto that uncured top coat. Now ideally you want to do this on a non-white top coat, because if you miss any bits by mistake, you don't want to be left with any tacky bits on the nail. Then you can get a hard brush to do this, brush off the excess, and then you're left with this like sugared glitter vein through the marble. I'm going to put another one on. I'm going to do it starting from this side and working up. Again, make sure it sort of wiggles a bit. And then when you're happy with how that looks, sprinkle your glitter over. There we go, tap off the excess, bung it in the lamp to cure. When I sugar, sometimes I like to over cure slightly just to make sure that the light has sort of penetrated through all that glitter into the gel. But you don't have to, but I just like to be on the safe side. And I'm going to add a couple more veins of glitter on, and then brush off the excess. And I just think this makes a really nice autumn accent nail, and it's really easy to do. I mean, some would say it looks like a bit of a mess, but it looks like a nice autumny mess, doesn't it? So there we go. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please leave me a like. If you haven't already, do consider subscribing. I'm going to leave the link to Nail Sugar and the little nail shop in the description box below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you beautiful lot on Thursday with a new video. Yay. Bye.